Okay, through the hundreds or thousands of hours of observations that I've done over the waters, um, this boat right here caught my eye because I see this boat at the boat docks um, where I launch my boat at. All the shrimpers line up right there, and you can see their boats. And I always notice this boat because it's usually the only boat that has a blue windshield. But it definitely catches your eye. So right off the bat, when I seen this cutting out in front of Cutter's Rock coming out of Hernando Beach Channel, I decided to remember that. And then I go on about this video, and a half an hour later, you know, I'm moving out toward the west, more west, more west, and I catch the North Rack out there. It's called the North Rack only because it's north of the Bayport Rack. It's not really north. Again, it all depends on the angle that you're looking at it. But I catch this other boat out there, and you know, here just real quick, I'm going to read some what it says about visibility out of the dictionary. The Webster says the quality or state of being visible, the degree of clearness as of atmosphere or ocean specifically, the greatest distance through the atmosphere toward the horizon at which prominent objects can be identified with the naked eye. Now these right here, with the naked eye, I could see that little grain, that looked like a little grain of sand rolling across the water. Could hardly see them at all, especially when they were in the light. You couldn't see nothing when it was in the sunlight. Um, and then I scroll down here and I read another one. Let me see, the degree to which objects that are far away can be seen outside as influenced by weather conditions. There will be reduced visibility because of fog, as an example. So I keep scrolling down to Wikipedia, and it says jump to definition in extreme clean air in Arctic or mountainous areas. The visibility can be up to 160 kilometers, 100 miles, where there are large markers such. And then it kind of gives you some other things that you can look at on Google. So, you know, I catch up to this boat a half an hour later, actually a little longer than a half an hour, and here it is again. So, you know, I'm asking myself, well, if I see it at a range of 6 miles at 3.5 feet, something's wrong with the globe, because I should not be able to see this boat. I shouldn't have been able to see it at 6 miles. And again, on a bad day of visibility, that boat would have been cut off, chopped off, mirrored out, distorted real bad. But here on a good day of visibility, here I see it obviously in the water, and it's a lot smaller. You know, I have to ask, you know, a half an hour later, and you can tell by the two pictures that I'm going to put up that these boats are, I mean, this boat is still almost in the same angle that it started from when I saw it. So it's on this constant angle outward, and, you know, he is cutting out in front of me in a sense, but he's going further out and further out. I actually wish I would have just kept following him instead of starting to chase some other boats. I get kind of bored sometimes because I do so many of these observations, and then there's times where I miss things in my observations that I wish I would have stayed on because I didn't really see it in the screen due to the glare on the screen, plus the screen's small, you know, your viewing screen on your camera. But, you know, getting back to visibility, the better the visibility, the better everything is. You start seeing everything as it is. And, you know, you have to ask yourself, is there their excuse for refraction really an a, a scientific proof, or is it just an excuse? And the way I see it is it's an excuse for these globe people, because they're not uh, they're not giving us proof of their own, showing us an observation of them their own, showing us how something can pop up over a curve. And what I mean by that is placing an object behind a curved object or on a curved object, and viewing that until that curved object pops up, and they can do whatever they want except for using butane and whatnot. You got to use air, hot air, cold air, um, you know, whatever you want. You can even use dry ice, but what I'd suggest is give us some real proof instead of your running of your mouth. All right, here's the two pictures that I took, and I tried to get two of them fairly close, but you can obviously see the difference in the boat. Matter of fact, the boat actually seemed to get more visible the farther out it got. It was I don't know, the visibility actually got better, um, because the sun went behind a bunch of clouds, and it got a little less bright, and you can tell kind of in the background. But hey, visibility kills the globe.